In the followed days, we see Mash in the Adler dorm. He was a math genius, and he was trying to figure out how many silver medals he needed to create a gold one. Mash figured out that 5 minus 2 equals 28. Finn couldn't believe how stupid Mash is, and he realized that they forgot to do their homework. Finn was panicking as they had to make potions for class. Mash tried to cheer Finn up with a cream puff, but he didn't want to snack. Suddenly Lance appeared. He had already done his homework. Finn was impressed by the best of his year that he is a model student. Then Mash wanted to tease him a bit. He showed Lance the photo of his little sister. Lance was immediately overwhelmed that he was smashed into the wall. Mash knew about Lance's weak point, so Lance passed out from the photo of his little sister. Lance then decided to help them to produce some potions. Then Lance said that they need a mandragora for their potion assignment. The mandragora was screaming the entire time, so Lance showed them a spell to silence the mandragora. Following this, Finn tried the new spell, and he was unsuccessful with his try to silence the mandragora. After that, Mash tried to use magic. He only angered the mandragora even more. Finn was distracted and Lance gave him helpful advice, so Finn managed that the mandragora was sleeping. Finn thanked him, and he remarked that Lance is a nice guy. Meanwhile, Mash transformed the vegetable into a giant monster. Following this, Mash decided to solve his problem. He slapped the mandragora in the face, so the mandragora was knocked out by Mash's slap. As a result, the mandragora turned into normal vegetables. Afterwards, Lance showed the preparation of the vegetable, and he started to process the vegetables into a high-quality potion. Then Mash imitated all movements and the cooking skills of Lance. As a result, Mash prepared a cream puff with the monster. Lance thought Mash was joking, so he tried to teach Mash how to create some potions. Lance's cooking class was a failure, as Mash only managed to cook cream puffs. Lance couldn't believe Mash was talentless and just a good fighter. Lance suddenly said that he will never lose to Mash again. He also said that Mash is his rival, and he won't lose next time. Then we see Principal Wahlberg wondering about the outdoor classes between the dorms. Meanwhile, students were walking down the school corridor, and they were bumped into by a red-haired guy. He claimed that he is the main character, so he slapped the 3 arrogant students. Then we see the students of the Lang dorm. The leader gave a speech. He ordered his underlings to rob all the coins from the other dorms. Then we see Mash again. He didn't manage to make a potion and ate his cream puffs with Lance. The next day, outdoor classes at the Easton Academy began. Then Dot showed up. He also belonged to the Adler dorm. Dot made fun of Mash. He said that he is the main character of the school. Lemon then appeared. She ran to Mash. Dot was immediately jealous of Mash, because Lemon was in love with him. Suddenly Dot spit on Mash's face, because Dot was jealous. The reason was Dot didn't got Riz and the girls avoid him. Mash and his friends ignored Dot, and he got even more angry. Then a teacher showed up. He said that the Langa and Adler dormitories have to fight monsters today. They can collect a lot of coins, and the value of the coins is determined by the strength of the monsters. Then the monster hunt started in the forest, and a student from the Langa dormitory showed up. Silver didn't like Mash, because Mash is very famous in their school. Suddenly Mash was attacked, and the teacher stopped the two. The angry Silver said they were just playing and Mash was angry. He wanted to punch the other student, but Lance stopped his friend. Mash learned that Silver is a year older than them, also that he is very dangerous. Lance said he belonged to the Langa dorm. Suddenly Lance realized that Mash was only angry, because Mash thought his cream puff got squished. Lance and Mash were going into the forest, but Mash got lost in just a short time. Then Dot bumped into Mash, and Mash slapped him for talking nonsense. Dot wanted to start a fight with Mash, but he heard a girl's voice. Then a girl screamed for help, and Dot cast a fire spell against a guy. He saved that girl from another magician. She thanked Dot, and he fell in love with the rescued girl. The girl then seduced Dot. She had Riz and Dot fell in love with her instantly. Meanwhile, Silver defeated 2 strong monsters and he got his first silver coins. After that, Dot got very nervous, and he couldn't believe the girl was interested. Suddenly, the silver-haired girl realized that Dot is very gross. She lies to him, and she continues to compliment him. Also, the girl could use a spell to seduce guys. She then tried to seduce Mash, but she failed to seducing Mash. The reason is Mash is a Riz god, so Mash had a strong resistance against Riz spells. The silver-haired girl tried to seduce him again. She failed to seduce Mash, and couldn't believe her spell didn't work against Mash. The girl accepted her failure, and she tried to take advantage of Dot. Then she said that a guy named Silver was threatening her. The girl said that he is a stalker, and she is desperate because he always seeks her out. Then Dot replied that he will protect the girl. Silver suddenly appeared, and he attacked them immediately. Dot countered with his fire spells. He used his machine gun X-Blom spell and shot dangerous fireball at Silver, so Dot caused dangerous explosions, and Silver was hit by all the fireballs. Mash just watched the fight while he ate cream puffs. Meanwhile, Finn and Lemon were happy to meet Lance in the dangerous forest. Lance was concerned Mash was getting into trouble again. Then we see the fight between Dot and Silver again. Silver protected himself against the attacks of the explosion spells with his iron magic. Suddenly Silver showed him his magic spells, and he was able to hurt Dot. Meanwhile, Mash was shocked that his cream puff fell out of his hand. Dot didn't know what he should do now. He thought Mash is weak, and didn't want to involve him into his problems. Suddenly Silver offered them an absurd deal. Dot accepted the absurd deal, and Silver said he brought up the mushroom head Mash. Dot wanted to protect the weak Mash, and he said that Silver is allowed to attack him 10 times. Silver agreed to the deal of Dot, so Silver used his Iron Fist spell, and Dot was seriously injured. However, Dot was hit by countless strong attacks, but he didn't give up. Dot stood to the end, and he was ready to keep taking the last attacks. He knew he was stupid for risking his life for a girl, but he is satisfied that in return he can protect them all. After that, Silver prepared a powerful attack, and he concentrated more magic into his attack. Dot was defeated by Silver, and he still managed to get up after 10 attacks. He then went to Silver, and he had no more strength to say anything. Dot fell to the ground and Silver looked down on him. Then Dot told Mash to escape with the silver-haired girl. Suddenly, the silver-haired girl confessed that she and Silver are friends. The girl insulted Dot and said he is pathetic. Then Silver wanted to use Dot as his toy, but Mash stuffed his mouth with a cream puff. Mash was angry and offered to play with Silver the same game. Meanwhile, Lance was worried about his friend Mash. He explained to Lemon that there are different magicians. Silver is one of the red mages, and they are very dangerous, because they can cast powerful attack spells. Silver continued to look down on Dot for acting like a hero. Silver then wanted to finish him off, but Mash tried to punch Silver with one of his attacks. His attack was blocked, and he said Mash will lose against him. The arrogant Silver looked down on Mash, and he attacked Mash. However, Mash was hit several times by his Iron Fist spell. Mash could withstand them all with ease, and he set himself up for his attack. Then Mash said Triceps magic activated. Mash ran towards Silver and he was unstoppable. The spell of Silver didn't work on Mash, and Silver was punched by Mash. Suddenly Silver was bleeding and he couldn't accept his loss to Mash. Silver tried to attack Mash with all his power, but Mash showed him the true power of his muscle. He slammed with infinite steroids power into the ground, so was able to severely injure Silver. Silver was afraid by Mash, and Mash sat down. He waited for Silver's next attack. Mash said they can keep playing, but Silver knew by continuing, he will die as soon. As a result, Silver noticed that Mash is a monster, and he wanted to try to escape from Mash. Suddenly, a huge monster appeared, and Silver was happy, thinking that he would manage to escape. Then the monster tried to attack Mash, but he defeated him with just one attack. Silver couldn't believe and thought he will die. Suddenly Mash said he felt sorry for him, so Mash decided to stop their fight. Then Mash turned around and the silver-haired girl started to cry. She tried to trick Mash and Mash was going to hug her. After that the girl thought that she managed to seduce Mash, but Mash is actually John Cena. So the girl was punished by his wrestling skills too. Following, all enemies were defeated and Dot thought the boy is crazy. In the evening, he found his friends and they learned about his exploits. Then Dot was sad and Mash sent Lemon to cheer him up. However, Dot immediately fell in love and Lemon was scared. Then Dot thanked Mash and he unwittingly insulted Dot. Afterwards, Lance explained to him that the Langa dorm is made up of the strongest nobles. They are the strongest and at the same time the most dangerous dorm in their school. They also want to prevent ordinary students from getting into the Bureau of Magic. Lance then said that soon, the battles for the coins will begin, and the group named Magia Lupus will launch their attack. Suddenly, Mash's coins was shining and Mash teased Dot with his coin. After that, Mash asked since when they were assigned to the dormitories. Mash then recalled his first day at school. The teacher showed a skeleton that was able to reading people's minds. The skeleton was responsible for assigning the students to the appropriate dormitories. Then we see Mash, the skeleton trying to read his mind. Mash only thought of cream puffs, and the skeleton was shocked. He realizes that Mash is very stupid, and all Mash could think of was eating cream puffs. However, Mash's stupidity was transferred to the skeleton. As a result, Mash was assigned to the Adler dorm. Lance then said that Mash should try to avoid encounters with the Langa dorm students. The next day, Mash got lost again, and he discovered a door. Then we see Silver, he asked, and forgiveness. But the leader didn't forgive his failure. The leader then said that weaklings will not be tolerated in their dorm. So Silver was punished by the leader, and he turned Silver into a wooden doll. The leader aspired to the title of Divine Visionary. Suddenly Mash appeared, and he was destroying unintentionally the door of their room,